and welcome to Uni Tunes. Today we're very excited to be joined by Liv, also known as ROZERA from UCID DJ Sock.
Hello.
But before we begin, we'd like to acknowledge and pay our respect to the traditional custodians on the lands on which we record, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. And we pay our respect to the knowledge embedded forever within Aboriginal custodianship of country. Sovereignty was never ceded. So Liv, thank you for coming in. Would you do us the honour of introducing yourself?
Yeah, sure thing. So, my name is Olivia, or Liv. I go by ROZERA, and I am predominantly a singer and just more recently a DJ, as well as, dabbling in producing for the last couple of years. I mean, before that, if we go right back to the beginning, when not as early as when I was born, obviously that's a bit too early.
That's quite early.
But I started writing songs when I was about, I'd say 7 or 6, and then I got put into piano lessons, and then I also did dance for a really long time, so that's kind of how all the performing arts stuff started happening. Then around 12, 13, started getting into a lot of theatre, and I did a lot of that throughout high school. And then throughout that time, I also kind of was getting into music production, just kind of, playing around on GarageBand and FL Studio and just making really terrible sounding beats. And then, now I'm studying at the Sydney Conservatorium of Music, doing a Bachelor of Music Education and, focusing on, myself as an artist and all of that.
Yeah, wow. So this has been a long time in the making. You're no stranger to music, it seems.
Yeah, it's weird because I've jumped around so much in terms of genres and that kind of a thing. In high school, I was the musical theatre kid. Right. Everyone knew me as the musical theatre kid, which was really funny because I still love musical theatre, obviously. But I've just kind of, I sing, jazz, I'm doing songwriting, I'm doing bass music. So just kind of been all over the place. But I really like that. I think it's important as a musician to be able to be as versatile as possible. So that's what I try to be like.
Yeah, cool. So do you feel like that musical theatre history has helped you performing on stage?
Yeah, 100%. I think it really built up my confidence, I think, just from a young age. In musical theatre, there's a lot of character playing. You're playing a persona. I feel, with ROZERA and also, my previous project as well, I'm kind of able to, I guess, get into that storytelling mode as much as I can because, I've done acting in musical theatre in the past. So I'm comfortable with being on the stage. Obviously, I still get nervous, but it's definitely helped out a lot just in terms of those, confidence skills.
Yeah, cool. So is ROZERA a character that you think?
I wouldn't say ROZERA's a character that's significantly different from me. I think I like to think of it as, when I'm Olivia McNamara, that's me. But ROZERA is more the public identity, I guess, that people see on stage and people listen to. So I think she's, still the same. But just a more, probably confident version of me, I think. Okay. So I kind of like to jump into that.
Hannah Montana kind of.
yeah. Just doing my transformations, all of that.
Totality.
Sopping around the wigs.
You're not actually blonde in real life.
Well, the funny thing is I'm actually not. I actually have brown, light brown hair. So, I need to go back to the hairdresser. I need to get it reblonded. But no, I'm not an actual blonde.
That's a cheeky scoop on Uni Tunes.
Yeah, I know.
So where did that name ROZERA come from?
So ROZERA, because I only started doing music under ROZERA kind of end of last year, beginning of this year. It just comes from my middle name, Rose. Okay. So nothing too crazy about it because I was going under a different name for a really long time. It was called Livoila, Livoila. And so that name, I was doing a lot of YouTube videos when I was around 14, 15.
Weren't we all?
I know. We all had our YouTuber phase. And so I was making beauty content and lifestyle videos. And, I thought I was really cool. And so I was using that name for a really long time. And that was an anagram of my name. So Olivia became Ivoila. So people started calling me that in primary school. And then I put the L in front of it. and then it was Live Voila. But then I kind of found as I progressed through writing music and getting more into electronic music and bass music, I wasn't really finding Live Voila was sticking. So that was the one thing that was kind of dragging the chain in terms of, my like identity, I guess, as a musician, because it was a little more difficult for people to remember and spell and pronounce and all of that. So then I was like, what else can I go with? Oh, ROZERA, changed around some letters here and there. Added a Z instead of an S because I was going to have ROZERA, like with the,
Gotta have the Z.
Yeah.
You gotta.
Yeah, I know. I feel like the Z just adds that like extra spice to it, which is good. So that's basically it. The short story is, it's just from my middle name.
Yeah, nice. I just love that when you're 14, you're like, I'm going to make an anagram. That's so intelligent. And then when I was that age, I was like, yep, Finstagram. And that, I still get called that to this day.
I remember settling on ROZERA with an S, but then I realized that there's some town that actually is called ROZERA. And so when I looked that up, I can't remember which country it was in, but it literally was like ROZERA. And I was like, okay, whoops, can't do that.
It's going to be hard to beat a whole town in terms of...
I want people to look me up and find me. So just end up replacing the S with a Z, and hopefully people can find me easier. So
cool. We do have some quick rapid fire questions for the listener to get to know you a little bit more.
Stress, okay.
So who is your favourite artist right now?
Right now? Okay. Right now and of all time, Daft Punk. Biggest inspiration ever. Yep.
Brilliant.
Yep.
What song absolutely without fail always goes off as a DJ?
That's a good one. Can I say a Daft Punk song?
Yeah.
Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. I feel like it just gets everyone going. Most people know it. Love it. Yep.
Music unpopular opinion.
Okay. Let me think for a second. All right, this one is an unpopular opinion. I'm not the biggest fan of ABBA.
Okay.
I think it's also like a common DJ thing where it's like everyone asks for requests of ABBA, and it's just like, it's not necessarily it's bad, it's good music, but it's just very overplayed.
I'll be honest, I agree with you.
Oh, thank you. Okay,
agree.
Good.
Look, I like, I mean, it comes on, I guess, like, sure. I wouldn't listen to them in my spare time. Yeah.
I think what it also is everyone asks for specifically gimme, 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 and not really many of the others.
Yeah.
So there's only so much you can listen to it and enjoy it.
Also, please don't play it on Wednesday night.
Don't worry, I will not. And I won't play a remix, don't worry.
Speaking of, when is your next gig?
Oh, wow. Well, my next gig is next October 12th. Do you want to know where I'm playing?
Where are you playing?
Wow, I'm playing at UNI TUNES live at the Lansdowne Hotel. Oh my goodness. So that's next Wednesday. And I'm extremely excited.
I'm excited too. I can't wait.
I know. It's very exciting. It's hosted by this really, really cool, fantastic group of people called UNI TUNES.
Wow.
Exactly.
Never heard of them.
You never heard of them?
Sounds like Looney Tunes.
I've actually never thought of that.
Yeah, a lot.
Looney Tunes, UNI TUNES. That's fine.
Yeah.
There's no issue with that.
Yeah, way to go.
Yeah.
So for the second last rapid fire question, normally we ask, what's your favorite movie, or what's the last movie you've watched, to spice it up a bit. But I think it might be more fitting. What was the last stage musical you watched?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm trying to think of what it was. It was right at the beginning of the year, because that's the thing, I haven't been watching as many musicals lately, which is obviously quite sad, I need to watch more. Because I used to do theatre reviewing and all of that. Oh. So I was people would cause, after my YouTuber phase where I was watching, My Life is Ava and trying to be exactly like her. I remember making one random theatre review, and then what happened was people saw my videos and were like, oh, do you want to review more shows for me?
Oh.
So then I got free tickets to all these shows, and I was reviewing the shows.
That's mad.
That was a couple of years ago though. I'd love to get back into that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because it was so fun. It was a very fun time.
Oh wow.
Sorry, that just reminded me of that. I love how this has become not even rapid fire questions, but me
that's
just over explaining everything.
That's the best kind of rapid fire question is the one that expands. For the last one, explain your sound in 3 words.
Ooh, okay. Maybe haunting, energetic, majestic.
Cool.
I think.
Nice.
You got to have a mix.
That is a mix. And that leads me into my next question, which is like your own music. You got your song "Voices and Echoes," which is a beautiful song, by the way.
Thank you.
It is quite haunting, and it's a bit eerie. It's also energetic. It is also majestic. But how is it difficult to navigate your own personal style, which might be a little bit darker, to when you're on stage as a DJ playing "Gimme, Gimme, Gimme" every night?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I mean, yeah, 100%. Because you know, the music I write is vastly different to, I mean, not that I've, you know, I've only been, you know, DJing for kind of the past 8 months-ish. But yeah, 100%. I feel like, you know, myself as an artist and a musician, I'm not necessarily going to be playing those songs when I'm doing, you know, a 90s throwbacks gig or something like that. And I think it's really important to just be as versatile, and I'm just trying to take up every opportunity I can in that sense. And, you know, if an opportunity arises, like for instance, Uni Tunes next week, where I, you know, get to play my original music and, you know, people get to hear it, then I'm really grateful for that. So I think, yeah, that's really exciting.
When you are at a club, is it difficult to turn off your DJ brain and not think about what's happening behind the decks?
No. I mean, yeah, because obviously, like, I've done music production for a couple of years, so I, you know, when I would go to venues, I'd listen to the production side of things and be like, ooh, nice use of the phaser there or whatever. And I'd say stuff to my friends who don't produce.
And they're just like, shut up.
And they're like, please just enjoy the music. But yeah, now that I've, you know, I guess my next kind of, you know, skill that I'm building is DJing. It's gone from, I still focus on the production, obviously, but I listen to the transitions and I go, ooh, that was a bit of a dodgy transition there. Or, ooh, that was really good. You know, I'm going to try and do that. Or like, even more recently, I'll Shazam music. You know, I've got Shazam up all the time. You know, I'm not about stealing everyone's mixes, of course, but occasionally you hear a good song, you're like, oh,
good
that's
artist
perfect.
still.
Exactly. You know, you got to feel inspired.
You do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of inspiration, when you are writing music, do you feel like the lyrics are inspired by the production or vice versa?
Yeah, I usually will produce my tracks first, and then that'll kind of be the backbone, and then I'll write my lyrics to match that. So yeah, generally when I start writing a track, I'll have a rough idea in mind of kind of what the vibe's going to be. But in terms of the actual lyrical content, that's something that's definitely a lot later in the writing process, which I quite like because I often find songwriting comes through a lot of improvisation. I'll kind of play my track. I might record a couple of takes. You know, it'll all just kind of be jibber jabber, but every, you know, few lines, there'll be a cool sentence and I'll be like, that's perfect. And then slowly you kind of build on top of that. So yeah, I feel like for me, it's definitely woven into the production quite a lot.
Okay,
yeah.
Fascinating. So you have your show on Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
not
Yes.
to plug it again, but you're going to be playing some of your own original music.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to anyone thinking of coming out? What would be your promise about that music?
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like I'm very grateful to whoever wants to listen, whoever wants to just kind of listen to, you know, little old me as an artist, you know, starting out. You know, I'd be really grateful. And, you know, I'm so open to feedback as well. So I guess that's just the main thing is, and not only that, but I'm so excited to just, you know, perform amongst like such incredible musicians as well. So I'm really excited to just kind of, because there's quite a range as well, which is perfect. So yeah, I guess for audience members, you better come, of course, and get excited because it's a night not to miss.
It is a night not to miss.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to end every interview, we ask our guests to give us 2 songs for our playlist, one of their own and one that's just a favourite. So I suspect it might be Daft Punk, to add to our Uni Tunes playlist. So hit us with those 2.
Ooh, okay, all right. Well, as for an original, we'll pop on Voices and Echoes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think. Can I go through my Spotify?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's have a look. Let's see what I can find.
Let's check the old Spotify.
Okay, I found a song. You know, another classic French house track. Music Sounds Better With You, Stardust.
Yes, okay.
Absolute banger.
It is.
I know it's overplayed, but I cannot get enough of it.
It's some songs deserve to be overplayed.
Exactly. That one deserves.
It deserves it.
Absolutely. Yep.
Thank you so much for coming on. It's been a blast.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
No worries. Do you have anything you want to say to the listeners before we go?
Please come to Uni Tunes Live at the Lansdowne next week. Not to plug it again.
Not to plug it again, but we're going to plug it again.
We are going to plug it again.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.
You too.
Everyone, check out ROZERA. Check her out on social media. Follow her on Spotify. And definitely go to any gigs she has coming up. She's performing a lot, I think.
Yeah.
Moments?
Yeah. I mean, because I do a lot of stuff with DJ Sock, so every once in a while there's a Herman's opportunity there. So yeah, lots around uni recently, which is good. So yay.
Check her out. All right, wonderful. Thank you very much. This has been Uni Tunes. That's all, folks.
Thank you for listening to Uni Tunes.